We have to do a policy, a written policy for market adjustments, and the union should approve that before we sign. And then we decided to wait till Cory gets back, so that if there's anything further with the union vote, they need to see it and vote on it, and then present it to the commission. So we're kind of at the last steps, but yeah, we do have the written document finalized to this point.
And is there any big surprises? No?
No, the Me Too clause is still in there. That's about it for any surprises. They did want to increase the shift differential for afternoon and evenings. And did include the detective, so that will be a unionized position. And I think that's about it. Oh, they did want a guarantee of 50, 60, and 70 cents per hour each year of the contract. The county just can't come up with a guarantee like that.
No way. It would be nice.
It would be nice, yeah.
I bet.
Without seeing the budget, it's hard to make that kind of a guarantee.
We never know what it's gonna do.
Right. I will also just update you guys on the BOR land acquisition. The city council, Mia Wood did a fabulous job of presenting what we had talked about that she had asked us to agree on. City appreciated having a place to start, and so pretty much everything we brought to them, they accepted.
And what was that on?
That was that, the golf course, the ball fields, rod and gun, the trap shooting, and the 10 acres what used to be the county poor farm. We're in a process to acquire that property from BOR. And basically what we said is we agreed to joint ownership, and we agreed to a separate board for governance. 2 from the county, 2 from the city, 1 at large, and all 5 voted on by a majority vote of both bodies. There was some question as to whether or not MOUs would be honored. Yeah, we could certainly honor those, but Mia kept repeating, they really aren't worth anything because the city doesn't own the land, they're just leased. So this would give some teeth to being able to have some MOUs. So that was about it for that subject.
I would like to go back to this.
Sure.
It says to give consent, withhold consent. You're giving consent? You need to cross out withhold. With your permission, I will do that.
Please do so. Yeah, those details are important.
And union agreement was that 50 cents an hour raise for next year, and then 60 cents the next? Or how
It's
was
not
it?
in there.
Well, it is not in there then.
It's not in there.
Nope, we said no. The other thing that I want to bring up before noon is this, it keeps ending up in our mailbox. The Stevenson Wilkie Funeral Home request for 5175.67. I think a letter needs to be written officially to the funeral home detailing why we are not paying so that they know where they stand. Mr. Chairman.
Talked to Cory, he says that it needed some documentation that they were indigent.
Okay,
He says,
Lynn, would you pass that back to the chairman, and for the record, I request that we follow up and let them know why we're not paying. Is there any argument against that, Franklin?
Oh, I'm not Franklin, it's right.
May I please get an answer? I would like to know where we stand on that issue.
What? That should have been with the MCA code there. If there's a relative, if they do find a relative, they cannot force them to pay for the burial unless they inherited, say this person they found a relative, which I guess they did, son or whatever it was. If he had inherited 10,000, then they could require him to pay for that. But they can't require him to, out of his own wages or.
And he didn't inherit anything, is my understanding.
What's that?
It's my understanding, he didn't inherit anything.
Right,
He
right,
didn't
so,
want anything to do with it.
that's right, so that's why, and the other one, they're both, they'll be indigent.
And you've just repeated things that we knew from before. My request at this point is, I guess what I might be hearing you say is because the family doesn't wanna pay, the taxpayer should. Can you please explain why that would be your stance?
Because I guess we have no choice.
Why would you say that? With
What-
all the information
what-
you've had up to date, why in the world would you say that?
Because what Corey said there in that code, Montana code, if the relative is found, and if they inherited anything, then we could collect from, they'd be responsible for the burial. But you can't ask them to provide any funds for it out of their own livelihood.
Why is that the county's and the taxpayer's responsibility?
I mean, you had a dead body and something had to be done.
Franklin, we've been over this 100 times. That is a private business.
I don't think we should have to do it either, but.
May I please speak without being interrupted?
Well, they made a choice on it.
The funeral home is a private business. The MCA, if you can show us where it says the county taxpayers are responsible, then we have an obligation to pay. But what you're finding there is not that. What you're saying is that if there's a business loss to a local business, that now it's the taxpayer's responsibility to cover that? I vehemently disagree with that, and I think it's a slippery slope. I would like you to give some details to your opinion, and if not, I would like to follow up on finally getting that off our desk.
I'd like to get it off there too.
Good. Will you follow through with the request, or come up with something concrete we can discuss for the next meeting?
Check with, Corey isn't here, so. Is- Did you go through these?
I did.
Okay. So we, 12 o'clock, we'll adjourn and, meet Ed and whoever's going on this tour.
So the Connect mail, Franklin, was that a bill? There was a envelope from Connect, unopened in our mailbox. Was that a bill? Why wasn't it brought forward?
Connect?
Connect. Why wasn't
Oh,
it brought forward?
that
for
was,
public
it
review?
was in care of Debbie, and I just took it down to her there for the meeting. It's
Thank
just,
you.
and we are adjourned, I said that we are adjourned at 12:01.
What? A different one.
Yeah. Yeah, I use the other ones, having stuff.